If you want to correct your posture, make your jawline more defined, and achieve a stronger, proportionate frame that is associated with an attractive masculine appearance by fighters and athletes, you need to stop worrying about your face and posture, and you need to start worrying about training your bloody neck. In some ways, it's not even your genetics, nor is it even your discipline, it's your bloody neck. A weak neck is what creates forward head posture, which is the cause of the greatest problem known to mankind. No, it's not climate change. No, it is not nuclear weapons. Yes, it is, and you guessed it, maxillary retrognathia, which is when everything becomes recessed. Your chin sinks into your neck, your jaw becomes maldeveloped, you create a dorsal hump, a long face, terrible breathing habits, and you become unattractive because your neck goes like this, it doesn't support your head properly, everything becomes further forward, your airways become messed up, and your face becomes maldeveloped. You need to lock in, you need to grow a thicker neck. It is the easiest thing to fix, and it is all within your capabilities to start addressing your maxillary retrognathia. It supports your jaw, it supports your head. You need a thick neck in order to have an attractive face. It's as simple as that. How do you train your bloody neck? Well, listen up. And by the way, if you want some bloody results, just look on the screen here. Here are multiple client transformations. I've had thousands of transformations now because, not to flex on you, but I do currently have the #1 highest grossing health-based paid community within the world. And in that community, there are thousands of transformations. And in all seriousness, these transformations are life-changing. Terrible looks are a byproduct of terrible habits. The way I looked multiple years ago was cooked. And I'm not the best looking person now, I'm a bit better looking, and it is solely a byproduct of fixing my lifestyle, rewiring my health from the inside out, because health is looks. Now, let's allow you to do the same. First things first, let's understand the chain of the body. Essentially, your lower back supports your upper back supports your neck supports your head. How do you train your neck? In the first place, without even training your neck, strengthen your body's core. Do functional exercises. The thing that I can't recommend the most are these two basic functional patterns training exercises. Sprinting, the most foundational form of human movement, which activates every single muscle and joint within your body in a functional way in the proper kinetic chain of motion, and at the same time recorrects anterior pelvic tilt, which is the basis for proper body support. Anterior pelvic tilt is almost directly linked with the cause of an overbite, so that makes sense if you think about it. And at the same time, sprinting also boosts hormones, boosts muscle synthesis, boosts androgenic activity, and your neck holds a lot of androgens. It is directly linked to your hormones. You will have a thicker neck naturally if your hormones are better, if you're pumping, and if you increase muscle synthesis. So start sprinting. It's not hard. That's the first thing off of the bat before I get into the more technical and specific things. 6 sets of 15-second sprints with 1 to 1.5 minute rest in between, 4 times a week. It takes no time, but the ROI is insane. Do the sprints, lock in, and at the same time, if you want the second functional exercise, play around with a mace belt. I can't recommend it enough. It was foundational for me for fixing my scoliosis, for allowing my neck to be engaged. When you go to the gym and you train your muscles in isolation and you do a brachialis isolating hammer curl, which by the way, I can say now because I am getting a bit bigger. Cue a screenshot of my current physique. I am getting a bit bigger these days. So I can talk a bit about the gym. But at the same time, when you target and train your muscles in isolation, what happens is you don't train your body as a system. Within every exercise, you should be activating your neck. You should be using the top part, the myofunctional area, to engage, to do these functional movements. When you were throwing a spear, or when you were like throwing an axe, or moving something around when you were a caveman, you were engaging every single part of your body, not just your brachialis muscle. Think about it logically. You should be engaging your neck in almost every single exercise. And if you are still going to the gym, which I still do, try the Mu Lift method. But into the specifics of how to actually target and train the SCM muscles, in particular, the sternocleidomastoid muscles, here it is. Now, for reference, I had the world's skinniest neck. Genuinely, no lie, my neck genetics are probably the worst thing known to mankind. So if I can grow my neck, and it's still not even that thick, but we are getting there. You can do the same, and all you need to do is kind of nail down these 3 main exercises. And at the same time, really quick disclaimer, no, training your neck does not cause sleep apnea if you do it the right way, if you do it functionally. Having a better and thicker neck and a more functional neck actually supports breathing because it encourages proper head posture and therefore will help with sleep apnea. I know that's a concern for some people. Don't stress as long as you do it properly. Okay, so what is the first exercise? Well, the first exercise is super simple. All I want you to do is, ideally, if you're in the gym, lie on the edge of a bench, use a towel, and take a plate, a weighted plate. Probably to start with, for most people, I'd say around 10 kilograms, maybe less, because for a lot of people, they won't be used to this force. And, even if you're already naturally strong, it may actually be relatively difficult, but probably around 10 kg. And essentially wrap the towel on the plate, lie off the edge of the bench, and simply curl your neck upwards. You will be engaging these SCM muscles, which are the key for width of your neck, to make your neck appear more in line with your head, to make you appear more masculine. And these SCM muscles are also the foundation of strength. It is why fighters and athletes have such thick necks. It's why Mike Tyson trained his neck, because it allows you to absorb punches. It is functional, and at the same time, it encourages head posture. Now, the second option, if you don't want to do this in the gym, if you don't have the confidence, or you don't even have access to a gym, all you need to do is lie off the edge of your bed and begin by using your hands. Got a little crack there, geez. Using your hands, and my hairs are cooked now as well, Jesus. Basically, using your hands as resistance rather than a plate, because it's easier. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Or not anywhere, but you can just do it in your bed by yourself. It's very easy to do, and you can do it in combination with other exercises that you may be doing to improve your kind of, facial routine. If you've watched any of my other videos, thumb pulling is exceptionally powerful. I highly recommend it. And training your neck with thumb pulling is a relatively good option, because the two kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, you can do it by lying on the edge of your bed. The specifics of this exercise, I would start with 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps with a weight. And obviously, if you're using your hands, you'll be able to adjust it. It's easier to use a plate because it's more uniform. You can measure it more easily. You can progressively overload, but your hands is a good option. 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Start training your neck. Do it intensely. You should be trained to failure. It is as simple as that. And I would say probably do the exercise 2 to 3 times a week to start with. I think you will be pretty sore the first time after doing it, but very quickly you'll be able to build it up to doing it a lot more frequently and training it a lot more intensely. The second exercise is very similar, and it is essentially the reverse of the movement, and it is simply, rather than a neck curl, it is a neck extension. And you will see loads of equipment online. You can get a bloody head attachment thing and curl your neck backwards like this with a weight attached, and that is marginally effective and debatably pretty good. However, you can do it very easily by yourself at home, or even with a friend. I did force my clients when I was in Florida last week on a little client retreat to hold my head down while I curled it back. If you have a very good friend, probably a pretty good option. However, I know most of you probably won't, at least not for this. And it's essentially, what you want to do is lie off the edge of the bench, use a towel with a plate wrapped around it again, lie off the edge. And I actually don't think I have a video of me doing this, even though I should. But basically, curl your neck backwards, lying off the edge of the bench, and do the exact same thing. You can probably do the exact same weight that you can on the front of your neck. It is foundational for engaging the back neck muscles, which again are super important for training your neck functionally, rather than just training the front of your neck and getting sleep apnea. Do 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps on the back as well, foundational. And again, you have the other option of using your hands and doing off the edge of your bed. However, I've done this a lot of times, and it is relatively difficult to do it properly. That's where the option of someone else holding your head down kind of comes in. And at the same time, you also have the option of buying that piece of equipment online. However, I wouldn't really do that until later down the line, because you'll see a lot of results with just the most basic stuff at the moment. Okay, swiftly moving on. I'm going to have a sip of this sparkling water, which is empty. Jokes, I'm not. Yeah, that's dead humor from me. Editor, cut that out. No, actually don't. Let's have a bit of rawness to this video. But swiftly moving on. Okay, essentially, what was I going to say next? You can train the side of your neck as well. You can isolate each SCM muscle, the right side of your sternocleidomastoid muscles, and the left side, by finally doing the third exercise, which is lying on the edge of the bench, lying on the side, curling your neck. This, I would say, use your hand as resistance, because this exercise is a lot weaker. It's a lot harder to do. You can use a plate again, but I would say just use your hands, even if you're in the gym. Do 2 sets, not 3 sets, of 8 to 12 reps of this on each side. Super easy, super effective. You'll get a fat neck pump from this. And if you do this, like this full routine 2 to 3 times a week, along with sprinting, along with functional training and along with ideally, chin tucking and thumb pulling, which will also engage your neck muscles, you are cooking. Your neck will train functionally. It will get thicker, wider, support your head better. You will look more masculine. You will be stronger. And if you ever want to get into boxing, you'll probably have a little bit of an advantage as well. And at the same time, it links perfectly into the final point, which I'm just going to make, because I feel the duty to do so. I'm always going to do this and add this thing in, which is if you're trying to grow any muscle, you need, oh my God, voice crack, pause. You need to be eating correctly. Meat, fruit, eggs, raw dairy are your best friends. If you're not eating those foods, if you're still eating processed foods, you will still get results by training your neck, but you are genuinely limiting yourself in every aspect. You need to have discipline, you need to have energy, you need to feel good, you need to have proper gut health, you need to have proper hormones, and that all derives directly from your diet. So eat the proper diet, be consistent, stop cheating, 100% clean, not 80% clean, 20% bad. And if you need more advice, if you want more in-depth videos or access to more information, full access to me, full access to a community of like-minded people, and if you also want access to win thousands of dollars every month from literally just glowing up and following these tips, I highly recommend joining the community. In the description, it's currently on sale. I'm trying to make it cheaper so it's more affordable for everyone. I want everyone in there. I want everyone locking in. I want everyone becoming the best version of themselves. It's as simple as that. You have no excuses. I'm still going to make these videos for free, but I do think it is worth it for accountability and just to make sure that you actually invest your time in this stuff. At the same time, and I know I rinsed that phrase a lot, have an amazing day. Stop being absolutely cooked. Use these tips. Train your neck. Try this routine. And at the same time, don't forget the sprinting, functional training, and diet. Lock in and just go for it. Have an amazing day. Peace out and see you in the next video.